Hi everybody, this is John Lortz from DiscoverSkills.com, and you'll notice that we are sitting looking at Google. And the reason we're doing that today is because I wanted to introduce you to one of my favorite things about Google, which, yeah, I love the searching part of it, but what I really like are these things that I'm going to call Google Tools. Now, Google calls these apps, but what I'm referring to is that if you look at the upper right-hand corner of the Google screen, there's this little button, looks like a grid, that if you mouse over it says apps, and if you click it, will bring up icons for different parts of Google that you can visit to give you all kinds of different features. Notice, for example, there's the Google Calendar, the Google Drive, Gmail, YouTube, which is part of Google. If I click on More at the bottom, takes me over to Google Translate. Here's the Blogger area. Here's Finance. All of these are free for you to use, and they're all part of Google. A lot of times people don't realize these are here because this little button isn't very descriptive. But the thing is, all of these are free for you to use, and I would encourage you to explore them to see if they might do you some good. Now, today I want to, in particular, take you to one of my favorite Google tools, and that is what we call Google Drive. But before I go there, I want to just click my mouse away from the menu. I want to point out to you that some of the tools, including Google Drive, including Gmail, including Calendar, require that you have a free Google account. If I come up to the corner here, for example, and if I click on Sign In, that's what they're referring to as signing into my Google account. When I click on Sign In, it takes me to a Sign In page. This is where I put in my Google account information if I already have an account set up. If I don't, underneath it there's a button where I can go to click. I'm going to click on Create an Account. And this is the account creation screen. And basically it's like other accounts that you might have online. You just have to fill this out. At the bottom, click on Next, and that will get you set up with a free Google account. Now let me mention, if you already have a Gmail account, your Gmail account is already your Google account, so you don't need to do this again. But if you do want to set up an account, and if you do want to fill out this page, let me mention one little point here that's kind of confusing. Right here where it says choose your username, in this box you can either type in a name that will become part of a free Gmail account name. That's what they're telling you to do here. In other words, you can set up right here a free Gmail email account, or if you don't want a Gmail account, you can click underneath where it says I prefer to use my current email address, and I'm going to do that here. And now it's changed where I simply put in my current email address. And so here, for example, if I was setting up an account, I would type in my Discover Skills email address here. So you have a choice of either setting up a new Gmail address, a new Gmail account, in other words, it's part or your sign-in for your Google account, or you can simply use your existing email to set up your Google account. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back up to sign in because I already have a Google account, and I'm going to come down here and type in my information. Okay, so there I've typed it in. I'm going to click on sign in. And that's going to take me back to the main Google page, but you'll see here now where there's my little picture, profile picture, my name, so I'm all signed in now. Now let's go back up to this little grid button and click on it. Here's all the different Google tools I was talking about. And in particular, I'm going to come down here and click on Google Drive today. So let me go click on that. And that takes me to the Google Drive area. Now my point in coming to Google Drive today isn't to give you a detailed tutorial on how to use it, but to simply introduce you to it and have you maybe come up here and kind of play around with it yourself. But let's talk about it for a second here. Google Drive is really two things. First of all, it is an online storage area. And if you scroll down the page here, you can see that I already have quite a few things up here in my Google Drive storage area. I've got folders with different documents and files in them. If I scroll down a little farther, these are actually documents and files that I have either created or uploaded to my Google areas. So you could put up here pretty much anything you want to put into the cloud. Google gives you free space up here to use. And you can see down in the corner here that mine says I'm using 0.33 gigabytes of 15 gigabytes. So they give you 15 gigabytes of free space that you can either upload files to or create files up here and save them in your Google Drive space. All right. So that's one thing Google is, online storage. But the second thing that Google is, and this is really the cool part, is Google gives you through Google Drive a set of online document creation applications. Now that's a long-winded way to say that if I come over here and click on the Create button, you'll see that right here online I can create documents with a word processor, I can create presentations, I can create a spreadsheet with a spreadsheet program, and these other things here. Okay, so for example, let me click on Document once. Clicking on Document is going to open up a cloud-based word processor. And it actually opens up a second tab up at the top here. And this online word processor that Google gives you may not have the sophisticated features of Microsoft Word, but it gives us pretty much all we need to do basic documents. So if you look up at the top here, you can see we have these pull-down menus. And as I go through these menus, notice that I can insert drawings, I can insert pictures, I've got footers and headers, I can do all this different kinds of formatting, bolding, italics, I can do indents, change line spacing. I mean, you know, here's a spell checker. I think there's even a thesaurus up here somewhere. The point is that even though this isn't as sophisticated as Word, it's still a great little online word processor. And if you need to do some quick word processing on the fly on somebody's computer, you can get to this from anywhere where you have internet access. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and go up here, and I'm just going to close this tab. So I didn't really create anything. Go back over to my main Google document windows. This time I'm going to click on Create, and I'm going to come down and click on Spreadsheet. Now, the same thing is true for the online spreadsheet. It's not as sophisticated as Excel, but it's free, and it probably has all the spreadsheet features that most people would need. So again, if you look across here, this is our spreadsheet, and here's our different cells that I'm clicking on. At the top, you can see we have our different formatting features. We can create formulas. We can do all of the normal spreadsheet types of things up here. Okay, so again, it's an online spreadsheet that's free. Let me close this and go back over to the main Google Drive. So my point is, and this is why I'm making such a big deal about this, is that if you're somebody that needs to have quick access to an online word processor or an online spreadsheet program, Google Drive really hits the spot. Or if you don't have a good word processor or spreadsheet at home on your computer right now, again, this could become your place to come to do your spreadsheets and word processing. Okay. Now, one final thing that I want to point out to you here, you'll notice that there is a little upload button that you can click. And this is where you would actually go to upload files from your computer to Google Drive. All right. But the other thing is that if you come over here, you'll notice that these are some documents that I already have up here. And so what I can also do is I can come over here, and anything that I have in terms of files, if I come over here and start check marking them, you'll notice there's a set of icons that appears at the top. And if I want to, I can actually come over and I can download things back to my computer. Okay? Or I can open them directly up here in Google Drive using the word processor and spreadsheet. So it gives you an entire sort of a toolbox of creating documents, opening documents, saving documents online, and then if you want to, downloading them back to your computer. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the main Google Drive or main Google screen again here. So again, next time you get a chance, why don't you go ahead and visit Google. Go to google.com, and instead of just doing the normal searching like we're all used to doing, come up to the corner, click on this little grid button here, and explore some of these Google tools. And in particular, I would love to have you check out the Google Drive. Again, where you can do free word processing, free spreadsheet, and it gives you free online storage space. Okay. Well, thanks for watching today. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me at jlortz@discoverskills.com. And of course, as always, be sure to check out my website, www.discoverskills.com, where I have lots of other free technology learning resources for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.